Our session today is on the art and science of strategic planning. Today, we will learn the 7 steps towards building a strategic plan. We'll discuss the difference between proactive and reactive planning. And we'll talk about some other things too. A strategic plan is a map to guide you between 2 points: where you are, your present reality, and where you'd like to be, your future reality. Put differently, you might ask the questions in this way: who am I? Whom do I want to become? What must I do to fill this gap? What is our organization today? What would we like for it to become? And what things must we do so we can get there? In other words, planning strategically, not by accident, but by design. Every organization goes through several important phases. I'd like to show you what those are, and as you see them, examine in your own mind's eye where you may be right now. Let me draw a little something on the board. The first stage in the life of every organization is what we call the entrepreneurial stage. That is where you conceptualize an idea. That is where you have a vision and a dream. And we might say that stage is somewhere right here. We haven't yet begun anything. We're just sort of talking about it and thinking about it and dreaming about it. The entrepreneurial stage. Almost every great organization came out of an idea somewhere. An idea brought forth by some entrepreneurial spirit. Second stage is what we call the growth stage. If the idea is a good one, then what happens to it is it takes off. People begin to buy from you, more people begin to join you in this effort, and you begin to grow. And of course, with the growth pattern come all kinds of growing pains. Change is demanded of you, adjustment is demanded of you, but growth is fun, growth is exciting, growth is positive, growth is very motivating. Because when you get up in the morning, you see things happening. Here's the part I'd like to focus on. Next stage is what we call the maturity stage. You had an idea and you put it to work and it took off. But it cannot keep taking off. When you want to go on a trip, you first get on the airplane and you are at land level. You're right there, smooth on the airport. Then what happens? The airplane picks up speed and the airplane takes off in the sky, like the growth stage. Eventually, though, the pilot will come on the microphone and say, we are now cruising at such and such a level. That's the maturity stage. It implies on a trip that this is as high as we're going to go. It implies in a business that this is our best at this moment. The trouble, my friends, is your business cannot stay here. One of 2 other things will happen. Either your business must have another growth pattern. We call this renewal. If this is the comfort zone, if this is the maturity, if this is complacency, what happens after that? One of 2 things. One is called renewal. We will begin all over again like we did down here with the idea, maybe more ideas, more change, more excitement, more education, more training. And we take off again with a sense of renewal. Or it is very possible that something else takes place. The organization begins to go in a downward fashion like this. Now, isn't that sad? Organizations just begin to go downhill slowly and surely. Here's what cannot happen. What cannot happen is you're not going to go on forever in the stage we call comfort zone. this is not a possibility. Either this is going to happen or this is going to happen. The choice is entirely yours. All those stages are the actual stages that happen in the life of a company. That's why strategic planning is important. If this company strategized somewhere in here during the growth pattern, then they would have possibly kept away from too much of this. This might still take place, but it might take place in a shorter speed, only this much. And then they would have taken off again. And then maybe one more time you do this, and then again, and like this, and again. But look at the direction. It's going onwards and upwards in a positive movement. Instead of going up, then straight, and down, maybe up again, maybe down again. Strategic planning gives us a map to show us how to go from here to here in a prescribed fashion and in accordance with our goals, our plans, and our strategy.